guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? Hope you had a great week this past week as the market gave us plenty of opportunities to capitalize on. In this video, I want to talk about my analysis for gold, Euro USD, Gbpusd, and Gbpjpy. And as usual, we're going to start off with the weekly time frame and work our way down to the 4-hour time frame. I'll be starting off with gold from the weekly time frame as we can see, following the bounce of resistance at the 1936 area, we can see that when price got there from this doji candle, which is more or less an indication whether or not price wants to break through that support level slash trend line area, or if price would bounce. And you can see that this past week price somewhat formed this bullish candle, not a very strong bullish candle. However, there were more buyers in the market trying to push price to the upside, and that's basically what we can see. Also on the weekly time frame, I'm still very much in this bias of price forming this higher high and higher low, and then higher high and then higher low, and then continue to the upside. So looking at it from a broad perspective, I am still expecting price to continue to the upside generally. So my bias is for a buy for gold. So that means even if price retraces at any point in time, I would only be looking for buy trades. And that's looking at it from the weekly time frame. So now that we know that we're looking for only buy trades, what we have to do now is look for our buy opportunities in the market. Okay, so we can see on the daily time frame, price testing the support level at the 136 area, like I mentioned, and you can see what happened on Thursday. Price formed this very strong bullish candle, which is an engulfing candle. And you know what follows an engulfing candle on a significant area? It's price moving in the direction of the engulfing candle. So as you can see, the bullish engulfing candle forming at this trend line as well as support area, we would expect price to continue to the upside. The following day, there was a battle between buyers and sellers whether or not to push price to the upside or to push price down to the downside. But generally, my bias will still be a buy, from what we said on the weekly time frame, and then giving this bullish engulfing candle as well. I am looking for price to push more to the upside. At least let price get up to the 1980 level, and then we'll see what happens when price gets to this 1980 level, whether price would break it to the upside or would come back again to the downside and eventually break trend line slash support. So if we go to the 4-hourly time frame, on the 4-hourly time frame, again, like I said, I'm from the analysis of the weekly and daily time frame, my bias is to bullish. And to confirm more that bullish bias, we can see this W pattern or double bottom pattern forming here. Okay, to the upside, got to this trend line that I've drawn previously. Price finding it difficult to break that trend line. And this also coincides with the neck of the W pattern as well. So price is still around that level. Like I mentioned, my bias is for price to actually break through that trend line as well as the neck up to the 1980 area, completing the W pattern, and possibly price as well breaking even further this 1980 area, and then continue a bit more to the upside until price gets to this 2070 area, as we mentioned. Even though this is what I'm expecting from a broad perspective, I see that possibility of price to, when price gets there, coming back down to test this area even before it breaks, or even coming back all the way to trend line. But generally speaking, my bias is bullish, and I will be looking for buy trades only. So how can we get into a buy entry for gold? So what we're looking for now is a break of this trend line as well as this resistance area. Okay, this will give us good confirmations to buy. So let's point out our confirmation. Okay, so if we move, say, down to the 1 hour time frame, on the 1 hour time frame, what we can see again, this W pattern is quite clear, right? So we can quite clearly see this W pattern there, right? And we expect it to go into that area. Secondly, and that is one confirmation, the W pattern forming. Secondly, we can see that there is a channel, this downward channel here forming. Okay, and we can see price trying to break that channel twice. When price went to the upside, tried to break it, but eventually closed below. Price tried to push down again, but ended up closing inside that channel. So as we know from our basic trading lessons, when you have a downward channel, when we have a move like this with this sort of downward channel, right, what we normally expect is a breakout to the upside. So when you have a downward channel, you're expecting a bullish breakout usually of that channel. And on the other hand, so even if it's coming from the top there and you still have this sort of downward channel, so what you normally expect will be a break to the upside from it, regardless of the direction it's coming from. So downward channel usually from our basics of trading would result in an upward move, generally speaking. And so from what we can see here, what we are seeing mostly is this first one here. Okay, so we are expecting price following this up move, this strong bullish move, price ranging a bit, trying to gather momentum to the upside, right? And then we expect price to break through this area, okay, to the upside. So it may break here, come back to test it, and we're getting all the way up. So the way we trade this, right, essentially is to wait for the breakout. Now, even though generally speaking, this is what we expect to happen, there is still that possibility that price could break to the downside, okay, into this area before making any sort of up move. So we have to be careful and we only have to wait for confirmations. We are not going to rush to buy gold at all. We're waiting for one. We've identified this area here where we're waiting for price to break out of. Two, this area coincides with trend line in which we're expecting the break out of as well as this channel. So the way we're going to trade gold is to wait for price to break out of this area completely. And if price breaks out with a very strong bullish candle, for example, so we have like a very strong bullish candle like this one or that one, that is a very good indication that price will continue to the upside. So once that happens, we'll be looking to take our buy trades from there. Be aiming for about 130 pips thereabouts, and we'll just put our stop loss below support level. Okay, and just midway of this, so as a 2:1 risk to reward ratio, you should be able to capitalize on that. And when price gets here, we see how price reacts to this zone again and see if price would break out of it and then take more buy opportunities. But generally speaking, this is what we'll be looking for gold. Um, and that's what I am saying in the market. So to recap, from the weekly time frame all the way down to the hourly or 4 hourly time frame, my bias for gold is buy, and the way I'm going to buy the gold is to wait for breakout out of this channel, as well as this sub resistance level and trend line, which all coincides, and these are all my confirmations and confluences. And once that happens, then I will be able to buy gold, completing this double bottom pattern. So next, I'm going to talk about my analysis for Euro USD. I'll start off with the weekly time frame and work my way down to the 4 hourly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, we can see what's happening as well. We can see price moving to the top, got towards this zone here. That's our sell zone, rejected downwards to support at the 1.052 area, and then got back up again into this sell zone, and then price rejecting down again. Right now getting towards support at the 1.062 area or 63 area. So when price got to that area there, and it started to move back to the upside, okay, so it could mean that price again forming this of higher low, higher high, higher low, and then continue to the upside, or price could again just bounce from there, come down, completing this double um, top pattern that we are seeing in the market. Okay. So right now it's still very difficult to tell, but my bias generally will be price going towards the upside as well. Looking for more of a buys for Euro USD. We can see price bouncing off this support area, forming these three candles together called the morning star, which is a bullish confirmation candle, a bullish reversal candle, stick pattern. And it's not a very strong one, but again, it's still quite suggestive of a bullish move, and that's on the weekly time frame. And when we go to the daily time frame, again, we can see price pushing quite strongly to the upside. You can see price coming down, got to support here, rejected off this 1.077 area here. And they came down again, forming a higher high, a lower high, and then going back towards this area, trying to break it. Okay, you can see that price actually broke it, then started coming down again, and I expect price may end up coming down into this zone here. And I'll show you the reason why I marked this zone here, and possibly continue to the upside, forming this sort of higher highs, higher low pattern as well. So again, that is pointing more towards a buy from what we can see. So we've confirmed more of a buy move on the weekly time frame, and we've confirmed that on the daily time frame. Now we'll go to the 4-hour time frame where I mostly take my trades. So for the Euro USD, like I said, this zone, when price broke out of this zone here, the 1.077 zone, I was expecting price to retest this area and continue to the top, but price unfortunately broke below that area. So even though price broke below that area, we can still see that there is a zone here that price could possibly test. Okay, and when price gets, and because our bias from the weekly and daily time frame has been bullish, what I'll be expecting is price making this sort of move here and coming back down into the zone that we've been able to identify. We can see price, when price got into this area, it rejected. Price got into this area, rejected again before finally breaking it. Now price, I suspect, will come back down here to test that area again. Also, if we look at the trend line as well, we can say that this is a trend line break as well. We can see that price tested trend line there, tested again there, came all the way down here, tested it here, there, and then finally broke out of the trend line, coming back down to retest this support area here, and then continuing to the upside. So this is what I'm seeing as well on Euro USD. So looking at the weekly time frame, the daily time frame, and now the 4-hourly time frame where we're expecting more buy opportunities. So I wouldn't rush to buy. I'll wait for price to enter into the zone. Then again, to confirm this, another confluence that we can use now would be our Fibonacci retracement. And when we do our Fibonacci retracement from the swing low to the swing high, you can see that that area falls in the golden ratio, the golden area between the 0.5 and the 0.618 area, and that's where price falls. So expecting price to get into the zone, and then we'll look for our buy opportunities there. Note, if price gets into the zone here and does not give us any buy opportunity. We don't see any reversal candlestick pattern like an engulfing and candlestick or a bullish pin bar. I would suggest not to rush to trade that until we have a clear confirmation that that is happening. Okay, and once we do have our confirmation, we can enter our trades here and take our buy opportunities from there. So for Euro USD, I'll wait for this 0.72 area. And before taking any buy moves, if price gives me confirmation, and then I'll look to exit at the 1.082 area. Okay, at a ratio of 1:2.5. So I'm targeting about 100 pips on Euro USD here. So I hope you found this helpful for your Euro USD analysis for the upcoming week. Next, we're going to talk about GBP USD. We're going to see what's happening in GBP USD and how we can capitalize on it as well. So from the weekly time frame, like I've mentioned for the other pairs as well, we can see that price is forming this sort of higher highs and higher lows and higher highs and then higher lows, testing the trend line here. Again, forming a higher low and then continue to the upside. Okay. Looking to see if price would break this resistance area at the 1.265 area. And if price breaks that, we'll wait for a retest and then continue the up move. So, but generally speaking, like I've mentioned in previous videos, that my bias for GBP USD has always been a buy, and we're only looking for buy trades in the market and not really looking to sell anything at all. On the daily time frame, we can see the strong bullish candle. We can see a bit of retracement here. So we can see when price got there, tested the trend line, broke to the upside, first resistance here. The first resistance at the 1.25 area, and then rejected off again to test the trend line, forming this sort of higher high, and then price now has broken this previous high here, this previous structure, and that's what we are seeing. And price could get there, maybe retest a bit before continuing to the downside. Okay, so daily time frame as well has confirmed our buy continuation for GBP USD, and then we'll go to the 4-hour time frame where we normally take our end. So usually when three of your major time frames that you use to trade confirms the price is moving in a particular direction, then most likely price will continue in that direction. So on the 4-hour time frame, we can see that this resistance level at the 1.253 area has finally been broken. You can see it tested 1, 2, 3 times, and then on the 4th time, we can see the bullish candle here that broke through. It was quite a strong bullish candle. Price came back down to test that area before continuing its move. And again, that's what I am expecting for this bullish move to continue all the way into this zone here. There is a bit of resistance that price has faced here, and that's where price is now. We can see price testing it here. That's around the 1.258 area. Price tested it here. As we can see, there's a bit of the price testing that area there as well, and then a price coming back into that zone and facing a bit of resistance. If we go to much smaller time frames, say let's say the 15 minutes time frame. I rarely trade this 15 minutes time frame, but if you look at the 15 minutes time frame for GBP USD, we can see the chart pattern that price has formed here. We can see that that's a descending triangle that price has formed, and price eventually broke out of that triangle to the upside, and I am expecting that up move to continue. So when this 1.258 area breaks eventually, right, then we can say that okay, we can look for opportunities. Maybe if price tests that zone again, take our buy trade. So if you're not already in this trade, if we go down to the 4-hour time frame again, all we need to do is to wait for price to break this 1.258 area or zone, and once price is able to break that zone, right, and close above it, then we can look to take buy trades from there as well. So there is opportunity, even though price has moved a bit, there is still an opportunity in this area where you can enter a buy trade, move your stop loss to about 25 pips, and then your take profit would be just about 60 65. So a very good opportunity to still capitalize on. It's not too late. See, we just need to be patient and see how price reacts to this area, and if price eventually breaks it, we can take our buy trades from there as well. So so far, gold, euro, USD, GBP, USD have all given us a buy bias. All we need to do is just wait for those important zones that I have mapped out for price to react to those zones in the way that we expect it to react to, and then we can take our buy trades then. So lastly, I'm going to talk about an analysis for GBP JPY. So for GBP JPY, I mapped out this 1.7 area, this 175 area, which is what we're looking to see how price reacts to that area, because you can see from previous reactions all the way from December 2013, we can see that price tested that area there, tested it again in June of 2014, went through it a few times, came back to test it again in 2015 and then 2016. That's after price broke out of it, and since then price hasn't tested that area since 2016, and now price has come to that area and broken it quite strongly with this strong bullish candle on the weekly time frame. Now, if we go to the daily time frame, we can see that it was the Friday candle that broke through that area quite strongly as well, and that again suggesting that price is still has this strong bullish momentum. We can see on the daily time frame, if you had identified it in this past week, these three candles here, right? We can see this bullish candle followed by this doji candle, and then the bearish candle, doji candle, and then this bullish candle. This three candle is called the morning star, which is a bullish confirmation candle that price will go to the upside. And again, this forming at resistance at support level of 172.8. And you can see after that happens, then price pushed to the upside. So again, confirming a buy move. Now, if we go down to the 4-hourly time frame where we normally take our entry, we can see price breaking that significant area there, and then all we are doing now is just waiting to see just to capitalize on our buy trades, really, because I think at this level, if you're being conservative enough, you can actually take a buy trade from there, putting your stop loss just below this pin bar there at 60 pips, and then you can take it 2:1 risk to reward. So let's go back to the older time frame to see where the next significant area would be, where we're expecting price to give us a sort of reaction. And looking at this, there are a few places where we can get a reaction from. So one of them is this area here, where price has tested it here. Price went through it a few times there. You can see price testing it there as well. And then we have another zone here as well. So these are a few areas where we'll be looking to see significant price reactions following this breakout here. So following the breakout, if we go back down, so we're looking at the 177 area here, 177 area, following these breakouts. It may be a bit slow, but that's where we're expecting price to get to eventually from for our Gbpjpy trade. So for this, you can actually trade it. You can take a buy trade. I'm not expecting of a smooth sailing trade to the top. It may take a while for price to get to the 177 area, but this is generally what I'm expecting price to do for me in the coming weeks for Gbpjpy. So just to recap, all the trades that we've talked about, gold, euro, USD, GBP, USD, and GBPJPY, have all given us a bullish indication, telling us that price most likely will keep pushing to the upside. Again, we don't expect it to be like a straightforward buy trade or a straight move to the top. There will be areas of retracements, and we have to take note of that because that could be opportunities for us to enter buy trades at a good price. And all we need to do is just again identify those areas and look for opportunities to take our buy trades. And I think we will be profitable on that. So this has been my analysis for the 4 major pairs. I hope you found it helpful. If you have, kindly leave a like, and if you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe to the channel for more analysis. Thank you very much for watching and have a fantastic week ahead. Peace.
You know just what you do to me. Play my emotions like a pair of puppet strings.